How you doing? My name is Oscar Moran and I work for Acbeyond. A couple of weeks or months ago I said I was going to start reading the book, and this is the book. It's online, it's on acbeyond.com, and also it's on Amazon. It's under Oscar Moran. We're going to talk about the book itself. The first pages, we're going to talk about the whole book. It's, the whole book. But we're going to start in the beginning. We're going to start from page 5 up to 9. And we're going to talk about what's in there, and then hopefully we'll go up to page 100. Alright, so let's begin. Now, let's see. And refrigeration, what refrigeration is, meaning of hot, hold on. The meaning of refrigeration, it's hot air in here and removing it outside where it doesn't matter. That's the meaning of refrigeration. Meaning that if it's hot in this room, the air conditioner is going to suck all the hot air and going to transfer through what we call it refrigeration, and it's going to dump the hot air outside. So we're actually removing the hot air and putting it outside where it doesn't matter. Okay, that's the first page. And now we're going to talk about the gauges itself. Okay, on the other pages we have gauge, and let's say it's going to be 30, 0, 20, 50, let's say 100, right? And then it goes on and go on. So now the refrigeration R22, which is actually, it's green. R22, sorry? R22, it's this refrigerant that they no longer make, but it's still, they're still using, people still buy, even though it's recycled. Okay? Now, the gauge itself, it's blue. It's blue from outside, okay? This represents the low side of the system. There's a low side. And we want to maintain a temperature of at least, actually not temperature, but pressure. It's of 70, 68, 69, or even 70 psig. So this is going to be, let's say 68 psig. That stands for pounds per square inch gauge. This is the reading that we use for the low side. Okay. Now this is for R22. Now we're going to talk about the new refrigerant that came out. And the other one is going to be, oh, this stays blue anyway, sorry. This stays blue, this stays blue. Now the other one is 407C, okay. Now, the other one was green R22, and this one is burnt orange. So, this is going to be burnt orange, right? Okay, so, and same thing, it's going to be, this one is different because this is going to have a different pressure, okay? So we always want to maintain, like I said before, at 68 psig, meaning that we want to maintain a 40-degree coil. We are going to talk about it later on. We're going to talk about it throughout the book. So this is 40 and 47C. 47C, I believe it goes up to, we want to maintain 40-degree coil will be 63, 70 psig, pounds per square inch, okay? And same thing, this one is a mixture. 47C is a mixture. R22, it's pure, but they don't make it that much anymore. Well, they say production stopped already. So this is 47C. The psig you want it at 63. This is 47C. So now the next one, and same thing, this is the low side. Okay, we're going to talk about the low side for now. So there's the low side. Now the next one, same thing is, it's blue. Okay. Same thing is blue. We want to maintain a 40-degree coil, same thing. And this is 410A. Now this one is pink. The drum is pink. 470 is burnt orange. And the drum 422 is green. Okay, the manufacturers, they're not making the refrigerant anymore at 22. They're usually gray now, but the valve itself, it's green, so you can tell which one, what refrigerant is in it. And this one, same thing, we want to maintain a 40-degree coil, and this is going to be 116 psi G. Same thing. Okay, now the needle on this one is going to be 116, so let's put it 115. So the needle will want to be over here. Okay, but the same thing. This is, we're talking about the low side of the system. Okay, now the other one that you notice that I put 30 in over here too. This here, it's from 0 to 30. It's for vacuum. It's called compound gauge. The low side is called compound because you have the regular pressure and also from 0 to 30, which is at 0. If we're talking about 0, it's PSIA. It's PSIA is 14.7. Okay, so at 0 is actually 14.78 pounds per square inch absolute. When in this, so this one at 0, it's PSIG. So if you go below, it changes. So you have to remember that the 14 PSIA is actually 0 PSIG. Okay, all you have to know that this is 0 is PSIG, and if you have a gauge and 0, that means that when you put in the refrigerant, it's going to go up. But all the time you have to calibrate your gauges. If you look at it, it's not accurate. So this is the stuff for today. Don't forget to go on Acbeyond.com, on Amazon. Don't forget to pick up the book. We're going to talk about it in every other week. We're going to talk about the book itself, what's inside the book. And also don't forget to subscribe, okay, on YouTube, and we're also on Instagram. Alright, have a good night. Goodbye. I totally forgot to mention the other thing too, that the compound gauge, some of them has different what do you call it, readings, pressures. So this is 30, 0, says 25, 50, 100, and 150. If you notice that it changed. What I'm trying to say, a lot of gauges come with different pressure that you can use if you want to. What I'm trying to say is that you're going to have your reading for, let's suppose here, it's going to be for your 22. Okay, now the other one for your orange, burnt orange, going to be on here. Actually, it's going to be close to 50. So this is here because it's lower. 60, this will be 47C. And then you have your pink, but we're going to use this one anyway. And it's going to be for your 410A. Okay. A lot of gauges come with different pressures that you can hook up, you know, you can check either refrigerant, different refrigerants. But what I'm trying to say, always stay with one refrigerant. If you're going to use a gauge for 22, only use it for 22. Even though you have the other gauges, but you don't want to do that because you're going to contaminate the air conditioner, because the oil, some oil is acidic with the other refrigerant, it don't mix and you can damage the air conditioner itself. So that's what I'm trying to remind, that if you do have gauges on the low side, the compound gauge, it's a good idea to use it only on one refrigerant. Okay, thank you and have a good night.